My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, you chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you need to buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So I have not done a story time. It's been a long time. Might be some years. There might be some years. I used to do story times just randomly in my content. I think the best type of content is when you're uploading all sorts of different types of things, not just vlogs. And I have been doing a lot of vlogs lately. I kind of want to switch it up. And there is something that happened to me about a month ago that I do want to talk to you guys about. It was something that honestly traumatized me pretty bad. I understand that everyone has different experiences. I feel like I need to make this disclaimer. Everyone's trauma is different. Some people have been through worse. Some people have been through better. Some people have been through more, been through less. This isn't a competition. This is just something that I went through that really scared me, and I'm sure a lot of other people have gone through as well, but it's not something I've ever gone through or that's ever like happened to me. So it just really scared me and put things into perspective. So if you guys remember, in one of my last vlogs I posted this and I figured let's talk about it because a lot of people have reached out to me just wondering if I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay. It was just like one standalone incident that happened that kind of has created a little spot in my mind, in my heart. It has imprinted on me, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so Feline and I, we were hanging out with some people. It was in the apartment, and I hadn't ate that day. I know when I say, oh, I haven't ate today yet, people like to say that I'm lying. It's not true. I'm actually telling the truth, okay? I'm not lying. So I do that a lot where I won't eat for hours, and that is kind of bad. I need to get better with that, and I am getting better with that because with weight loss surgery, my dietitian wants me to eat 6 times a day, and that means right when I wake up or around that timeline. One of the times needs to be then, because when you wait a long time to eat, especially hours and hours, when you finally do eat, some people, they either eat too fast, whatever it may be, and you end up eating too much, blah blah blah. So I had woken up that day around 10 a.m. and my first meal wasn't until 7 p.m. I never wait that long, ever. And the only reason why it happened is because we had people over and they weren't hungry, we weren't eating. I don't like eating in front of guests. It's just not something I do. So I had waited a long time to eat. Finally, when I did eat, this was actually around the time I was still doing takeout just a few times a week, which was approved by my dietitian. And I was still slowly trying to get into the habit of ordering healthier things when I do get takeout, instead of just like fried foods, bad foods, etc. But I still would have a meal here or there that wasn't the greatest for you. And that day I chose seafood boil. And when I get seafood boil, it has some potatoes, it comes with like a normal side of rice, there's some shrimp, crab, sausage. And as I was eating it, I remember I was watching Jersey Shore Family Vacation. That is a show that Feline and I actually watched together. Actually, I'm the one who got her into it, and it was just a really good episode. We were, you know, just enjoying our night, eating in front of the TV. Feline did not get seafood boil. She actually ended up getting pizza, and we were just enjoying our night. And I have a really bad habit of eating really fast, and I don't chew a lot. I need to chew my food more. It's something I have definitely been trying to work on. I take really big bites. Also, something else I'm working on. These are things that I am working on, and it's crazy because when my mom came to visit me a couple years ago when I was diagnosed with cancer, I hadn't seen her since I was 18. So there was 12 years where I hadn't seen her. And just like seeing her as like a sober, amazing woman, and then me just being an adult finally, I saw so much of myself in my mom and vice versa. And she's the same way. She takes big bites. She eats super fast. She doesn't chew that much. Like, we're literally the same in that. So we just thought that was funny and humorous. But there comes a time where that like no longer becomes funny. So I was watching the show and all of a sudden it felt like someone literally took my invisible oxygen cord of life and completely cut it off. They just took it, cut it. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk. I was choking on a very big piece of potato that I literally didn't chew. And I know for a lot of people, this is probably humorous. There's probably gonna be memes, drawings about it. It gets worse. In my lifetime, I can safely say that I have swallowed down the wrong pipe. I have, choked while eating in the sense of like, those types of things. That's not choking. That's not choking. What I went through that day was choking, and Feline saved my life. I couldn't breathe. There was not a single piece of air that escaped me. I couldn't speak. There was no coughing. There was nothing was happening. It was terrifying. And when I realized what was happening, I started hitting on Feline's arm, going like this. She was like confused. She didn't know what to do. I had no way to communicate to her what was happening. I physically couldn't. It literally, like, that's literally the best way to describe it, is like someone took like the cord of life and just cut it. And once she realized what was happening, she was trying to get behind me, and I actually all the food ended up spilling all over the floor. Like my seafood boil, her pizza went all over the floor. As I was like not being able to breathe, not being able to communicate, I couldn't talk, couldn't cough. Like there was physically no way for me to get the food dislodged. My whole body went cold. I started feeling like all over my body, just like needles were going inside of me. And my vision, I started seeing dots and like splotches. And this is the part that like, I literally would have died without her. I lost control of my bowels and I pooped my pants. I was like actually dying. Like people die of choking every single day, and it was honestly terrifying. If she wasn't there, I would have died. And that's like so hard for me to like wrap my head around. So obviously I'm a bigger body, and I don't know if like CPR, Heimlich, whatever it may be, would have worked. But she started beating on my back, like beating. And thankfully by doing that, I think it dislodged, and I ended up puking out it was like a potato this big, dislodged. It just like went across the room. And I know for a lot of people this is going to be funny. It's going to be humorous. It's going to be something that people make usernames about and make fun of me about for a long time, but reality is I could have died that day, and that's a crazy way to go. Choking on a potato. Like in my lifetime, I've always, you swallow water down the wrong pipe, and that pain you feel, like, oh, swallowed down the wrong, I went down the wrong tube, or whatever people say. Or like, you swallow wrong and you cough a little bit and you feel like you're choking, or like you didn't chew a chip enough, so it like kind of cuts your esophagus. Like these are things that have happened to me. That's not choking, not even close. What happened to me, like that night honestly terrified me. And it's like the fact that like everything was cut off. Not being able to breathe, like someone my size, like I can't hold my breath for that long. I literally almost passed out, and it's just, I hold like so much gratefulness to Feline. Usually she's very fragile with me, but she was like wailing on my back. And that's the biggest advice I can give to anybody who sees someone my size choking. If you feel like you cannot give them the Heimlich, in between the shoulder blades, with the palm of your hand, beat on it, because it helps dislodge the airways. I really thought I was dying. I was dying. And it was, I just can't even put into words like how terrifying it is. Like, it's just, you hear of people dying from choking all the time, and I just never understood it. And now it's like I get it, and it's scary. And ever since then, I try harder to focus on my food while I'm eating, and I try to chew more, and I haven't ordered takeout as much. That situation actually made me realize, like, me being too big for a Heimlich maneuver, like, I gotta get smaller, I gotta get healthier, and need to focus more while I'm eating, and not so much on like the TV or YouTube while I'm eating, and like really truly just like focus on the food and chewing. Like, I have really sensitive teeth, so I naturally don't want to chew that much because my teeth do hurt, like depending on what I'm eating. So I've had a lot of teeth issues, especially after my hysterectomy, and like I was obsessed with brushing my teeth for a minute there, but that's like a whole other story. But I have completely messed up my enamel, and that's like hard to fix, almost virtually impossible. A lot of different aspects to why I choked that day, but there is no excuse because it literally could happen to anybody. And I just think people need to be more careful and just truly pay attention while they're eating. I know a lot of people like to sit down, you know, have their Netflix on and like eat their food, and they're not really like paying attention. And it's just really, really scary because I actually know someone from when I was 19 who died from choking. And that's like terrifying. It's just really scary, and it is a thing. And I'm just so grateful for Feline, and it's just been, it's scary. And it was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing because it's like, not only am I fat and you had to beat on my back, but like I choked on a potato and shit my pants and almost like died in front of you. Like, it was traumatizing. I could not stop crying, and Feline just like held on to me, and I held on to her, and it was scary. It was very, very scary, and I'm just very grateful to be here and to be alive and to be breathing and to have another chance. Just like trying again and trying again. It's just like ever since that moment, I just have never felt so grateful to be alive. Like, I know I went through cancer. I've gone through several scares, like cellulitis so bad in high school. I almost died. I was hospitalized because it just like wouldn't go away. Like, I have been through some scary situations, but it's like I actually saw life flash before my eyes when I could not breathe. I could not speak, and it was just really scary. I just can't stop saying that. I cannot stress that enough, that it was just terrifying and scary. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because I did mention it, and I just feel so grateful to just be here to share that. And I'm sure a lot of people have gone through things as well where they like saw life flash before their eyes. So I'm sure you guys can relate to the sense of just like being grateful to be here. And I'm going to continue every single day to be grateful. So yeah, I just feel a little emotional talking about it, but I just can't help but smile and should just be able to be here. Like, just be here living and breathing. I love that. So that is the end of this video. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging because I know a lot of you were worried. I'm okay, just a wee bit traumatized. Potatoes, man. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.